Tommy. It's the Wednesday before Easter that we're getting these recipes for you. And I'm so glad to have you back, and I hope you've been enjoying the stick to your ribs, tummy warming kind of food that we've been making that everybody in the family likes. So today we're going to make a corn casserole, and I'm going to show you how to handle ham. Yum. But sometimes it's like this big ball and you don't know where to start or what to do. So we're going to talk about that. But for now, let's get started. We're going to make corn casserole. So we're going to start out with corn. 1 can of cream style corn and 1 can of whole kernel corn. Just pour everything in. Don't drain out any of the liquids. Then I've got 1 stick of butter already melted. Pour it in the bowl. So you know it's going to be good because there's butter in it, right? 1 stick of butter. I'm going to put in 1 box of Jiffy corn muffin mix. Here's a funny story about Grandpa. When we first got married, this was the only kind of cornbread he ever ate. He thought this was cornbread until I made southern cornbread in the cast iron pan, and now he knows what real cornbread is about. No sugar, no eggs. All right, we're going to put in 1 cup of cheese. I like using cheddar. You can use any kind of cheese that you like. 1 cup. This is like a 1 cup, 1 cup, 1 cup recipe. 1 cup of milk. I also like recipes where you can just throw everything together in one big bowl and you don't have so many dirty dishes to clean up that way. Now 1 cup of sour cream. I have my 9 by 13 pan ready. I have sprayed it with a little cooking spray. Now I'm going to add 2 eggs. You can saute some onions in your butter and add that if you like, but most of the time kids say don't add the onions, so I don't add the onions. Take my spatula and I'm just going to stir all this together. Corn, cheese, eggs, milk, sour cream, Jiffy mix, and butter. No wrong way to do this. Just make sure it's all mixed up. Your sour cream is broken up, not in one big chunk. Pour it all together into our pan. The oven is preheated to 350. So when you're cooking your dinner on Sunday and you have your potatoes boiling on the stove and you're getting your ham ready and making other things, this can be in the oven. It's going to bake for between 45 minutes and an hour. It depends on your oven and how fast it bakes. So I'm going to stick this in the oven and let it start cooking. And when that starts cooking, the smell in the kitchen from all that buttery goodness and the corn makes your kitchen smell good. Don't you love to walk into a house and smell food aromas? Yeah, we all enjoy that. Clear off our counter. Now, we're going to talk about ham. So one thing I would like to show you, one of the most important things or one of the best tools you can have in your kitchen. There's so many different doodads. You can buy tools for almost everything, but to keep it simple, the best tools you need are some sharp knives. And good knives can be a bit expensive, but if you're starting out, here are the two most important. A good paring knife. This is for peeling, working in fruit, different things. And then you need a chef's knife. This does a lot of chopping. I'm going to use it to work on the ham. And many times you can find specials, like if you're just starting to buy good knives. I think at Macy's, when I first started, I found like they would put two together in a package just for a special to kind of help you get started. So get some good knives. This makes working in the kitchen so much easier. My very first set of good knives were Cutco. Maybe you've heard of them. A lot of college students sell those to help pay their way through college, and that's where I found mine. And the first event at my house after we had good knives was my son's high school graduation, and I had family and church ladies over. We're all working in the kitchen getting the food ready. And because I had new, good, sharp knives, we cut holes in every one of my kitchen towels that day. It was so funny. So that makes a difference when you have, you realize how much easier jobs are when you have it. When I think of all the chickens I cut up and hacked up with a dull knife or not a very well-made knife, man, my hands got tired and it was really difficult. But with a good knife, it takes a lot of work out of that job. So, two knives to start with, your paring knife and your chef's knife. So I have a platter out here that I'm going to put the ham on. And what I have is a beautiful Dearborn spiral slice. There's all kinds of spiral sliced hams. And here's what's cool about these, especially if you're just starting out, is they're very easy. You don't want to stick this whole ham in the oven. It does not need to be cooked again. It is already cooked. The Dearborn ham already has the glaze on it too, so it's got that little bit of sweetness. So we're going to get him out of the box. They've got it wrapped up nice and safe. Grab some scissors here and cut it open. So what you want to do is take it out of your refrigerator a few hours before dinner so it can kind of come up to room temperature. I'm going to scoot it over. Well, let's get it out of this too, and then we'll put it on the platter. See all that crunchy goodness? All that sweetness? Let me show you the front. This ham, here's the center bone, and then you'll notice how it naturally has a line this way and another one down this way. This makes it easy to cut the ham off and have it ready to serve. All right, so I have the ham up on its end a bit, and I'm gonna start down here on this end, on this line. I'm gonna cut across right here. These are so tender, very easy to cut with a good knife, and then these slices will just come right off. See how simple that is? And then just stack them nicely on your plate. All right, so there's one. Now let's start. I'm going to come down to this next line, and I'm going to cut right along that line. And those slices pop right off. Now those are pretty large. You can put them on your platter just like that, or I prefer, I'm going to lay these flat and I'm going to cut this in half. It's a little bit easier to handle when you're serving at the table. So there, I've cut it in half, and now I'll just line those up on my platter. Take the other half. If you want, you could take your knife and slice off. See how there's a thickness of fat right there? Slice that out, and then put these over on your plate. And see how you're getting slices in different sizes. So if the kids don't want a large slice, now we have one large section left. And I'm actually going to cut this in half right on the ham because these are very long. Cut that in half. Add these to my tray, my platter. And last but not least, I'm going to pull these a little bit around that bone, loosen them up a little, and now I'm going to take my knife and just cut right around that bone until the meat lets go. Still a little bit hanging on there, so just take the tip of the knife around. And there are those half slices. So our ham is ready to serve. Using a fat, if you have a fat fork for serving meat, put it right in there. If not, you know what, a dinner fork will work just fine. Now, there's your ham, ready for the table. All right, so our yummy corn casserole has come out of the oven, and I'm gonna serve up a piece here so you can see just how yummy this is. Look at that goodness. Cheese, corn, eggs, and corn muffin mix. Absolutely delicious. It will disappear right off your table. All right, so peace and blessings to you in the name of our Savior Jesus, whose crucifixion and burial and resurrection we'll be remembering and thanking him for at our Easter dinners this Sunday. Enjoy your family. Enjoy his love and the love that you have for one another as you eat up delicious food together. See you next time. We are downstairs in my second kitchen. Aren't I blessed? I have two. So this is the kitchen that I use when I'm freezing food or canning things and for extra storage. So I'm getting out the ingredients that we're going to use to make our corn casserole. So I'm going to come over here to my Lazy Susan, and we are going to need a Jiffy mix. And then I'm going to jump in this extra fridge and grab some cheese. Cheese, that makes everything good, right? And I'm going in my extra pantry, getting corn. This is a family favorite. Kids like it, big kids like it, and it's very simple to make. So, second kitchen, pantry, extra fridge, isn't it wonderful? Food, 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 because food is all about love, and everybody's welcome at Grandmommy's house.